Mass Effect Legendary Edition that came out in 2021 was a perfect opportunity for me to finally dive deep into this well-acclaimed trilogy that was an important mark in the world of gaming. I did feel like an alien not playing it until now, so it was about time I'll do it. While I did not upload my playthrough to the channel due to my schedule and multiple playthroughs being recorded at the moment, I decided to at least give this trilogy the honor it deserves with a proper review, since this trilogy, guys, blew my mind. Yeah, so let's talk about what makes this trilogy a true masterpiece. Here we go. Oh, and major spoilers ahead for all 3 games in the trilogy, so watch at your own risk. I was really hyped to get into the trilogy, but since the eyes of the original Shepard seems a bit angry, I created my own Shepard that looks a bit more like me, but with much better voice, and I was ready to begin my adventure. Actually, the first couple of hours with Mass Effect 1 was not a smooth experience to say the least. Playing first time in 2021, even though it's a remastered version, you see all the issues of playing a game that originally released 14 years ago in 2007. Limited graphics, weird facial animation, but most of all mechanics that feel way too rough in terms of older game even, as the combat system of the first game just felt somewhat basic, and even walking can get annoying now and then. While the combat and graphics improves a lot in the second and third games, that rocky start had me worried for a moment. The soundtrack was amazing though, but still the sound effects on the other hand in the first game didn't appeal to me too much as well. But I was determined to push through and give this trilogy the chance it deserves, and oh boy, that was worth it, guys, as sooner than later it exceeded my expectation big time. The first impressive feature I noticed right away is how massive and epic the world that BioWare created really is. They literally built an entire sci-fi world from scratch and was so diligent about it, going deep into the highest resolution and details you would normally see in massive book series like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. Just going over a list of some of the alien races and other lifeforms in this game is a rare experience. Turians, Solarians, Asari, Curians, Krogan, Drell, Keepers, Geth, Elcor, Batarians, Volos, Vorcha, Hanar, Reapers, Protheans, Leviathians, and more. Phew. This is a fully detailed and believable sci-fi universe on a brave and epic scale, and more important than that, it is not only huge on scale, it is smart and well-built universe, as they didn't just throw a bunch of random names to it, but fully explained and added details and meaningful history to each race. It felt like a sci-fi bible in a way you would usually see in rare creations like The Witcher. Now what is really mesmerizing about this trilogy is that this epic detailed universe isn't even the best part of it, because now we are going to talk about the true power of this trilogy, the core that drives it to the major league and makes it one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in a video game: the story, choices, and character development. I can talk endlessly about each one of those and how Mass Effect perfected it, but just so this review won't last forever, let's talk about the major wins of the story and your choice system together, as I think they walk hand in hand in this trilogy and affecting the character development as well, like I haven't seen in a long time. This is a good time to ask you if you ever wondered what makes games like Last of Us, Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2 standing out as unique games like you've never seen before. It's not the graphics or the gameplay. While graphics and gameplay of course play a major role, there are many examples of games that got those right, but still never seen half of the success of the games I just mentioned. And it's not about the genre either. Witcher and Red Dead are huge open world experiences, while on the other hand, Last of Us is a straightforward linear game. So what is it that those games do so well? You guessed it right, story and characters. Story and characters, it's not about the synopsis or the basic structure of the game. I mean, if you think about it, the synopsis of The Last of Us is basically a global pandemic and a man that accompanies an immune girl to find a cure in a science lab. And in The Witcher, it's a story of a magically powerful man who is searching for his adopted daughter who has been hunted by a powerful enemy. While those synopses are good, they are not groundbreaking or sound revolutionary. When we talk about good story and character development, it's about the dialogues, how scenes are written, the little moments and the journey the characters are going through, how it affects them, how they behave, and how authentic their experience and emotions are transferred. It's about the little moments, the struggles and developing relationship between characters that makes a story great and make you feel attached to them, feel happy for them when they win, and feel sad to let them go once you completed the game. And that's exactly where Mass Effect is at its best. All of your crew members in each installment in the trilogy is going through an interesting journey and has its own storyline, and through interesting, well-written dialogues and great voice acting, each of those stories and developments delivered in an immersive way, and I got lost within it immediately. Your choices in those dialogues and the direction you choose to go, either Paragon or Renegade, is affecting dramatically and in a smart way on all the events in the game, and I truly felt how I'm creating my own unique experience that is very specific to my style and point of view. Each player can choose to talk or not to talk to characters, get invested more or less in different storylines, and explore intriguing events and relationships in their own way. And no matter in which direction you go, you are in for a deep and meaningful developments that are the real juice that run the awesome engine of this trilogy. Sooner than later, I found that my personal favorite part in this game is coming back to the Normandy after a mission and chatting with each and every member on my crew, just listening and learning from their intakes and thoughts and everything that just happened. It never got boring, not for a second. I fell in love with so many of the characters, so getting separated from the crew at the beginning of Mass Effect 2 was a real punch in the gut. And the moment I first saw a familiar crew member again, which was the wonderful Tali Vas Normandy, I immediately got all emotional and wanted to sob from joy and happiness.
How about a hug?
And not only that those unique storylines are special and entertaining, but the fact that your decisions are shaping many of them and have so much influence is truly incredible. I admit that I don't remember many, if any, games that are so well fitted to design themselves around your choice and type of gameplay to that level. Choices you make in the first game dramatically change the experience and outcome all the way to the third game. For example, making sure Rex lives in the first game, or choosing between Ashley or Kaidan, as well as your romance choices. All of those are a few examples for starting a huge snowball that rolls through the entire trilogy. It's not just a minor change that gets a little mention later on, it's a dramatic turn of events that you made and must live with as you go on. Another example is the suicide mission at the end of Mass Effect 2. Just a quick search online for all the possible paths and scenarios of this mission got me into a loop of thinking how much effort and heart BioWare put into those games. Simple choices like upgrading the defenses of the Normandy or selecting the right strategy while assigning a mission to a crew member are not just rewarded with meaningless bonus points. It's actually the difference if a crew member will survive that suicide mission or not, and it will have a dramatic effect on the story of the following game as well. This is, guys, is impressive. Even little side quests feel different depends on the crew member you choose. Each and every one of them get their own thoughts on your mission and will make sure to let you know. For example, on an early side mission, taking Rex caused the life of an NPC because Rex decided to shoot him out of the blue. Something that, for example, Liara or Tali will never do if I took them. This is how unique your own experience in Mass Effect. I can officially announce that Mass Effect is a master of choice matter structure and character development. A good way to show you even further how Mass Effect is perfecting character development is to talk about none other than Ashley Williams. Ashley Williams is a character that many gamers dislike, to say the least. Now I know, Ash gives many reasons way early in the first game to piss you off, but I personally think that she's one of the most interesting characters in the trilogy, and learning more about her as the game progresses and unlocking different dialogues or interactions with her helps to see what is Mass Effect doing so good in character development. So even if you're not an Ash fan, let's explore just a bit my journey with this character, for it is a powerful example of the strength in this trilogy. First time meeting Ash on Eden Prime, I was impressed by her strength and determination and thought, hey, she can be a great love interest for male Shepard. But then that happened.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Wait, what? What you said? Are you serious, Ash? This is an awful thing to say. And so, for a large portion of the first game, she said things every now and then that was painful to listen to. And every time I got my hopes up, she threw another mean comment and I was like,
There's more to you than that.
Sorry to keep letting you down.
However, before I had the chance to break up with her, in the second half of the first game, through unlocking more and more dialogues, I started to learn a lot about this character, about the worlds she built around her, and about the history of her family, and how her family was labeled as non-loyal to human because of her grandfather's actions. And as I went on, I started to see minor changes in Ash's attitude and her evolving approach toward her other alien crew members. Those changes revealed more and more layers of Ashley as her arc started to unveil itself, an arc that for me is completed on the third installment. The signs for it was hard to miss. A few good examples are when she defended the Council.
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign's a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
When she showed Tali her true care.
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. Hopefully, having you with us fighting Saren will change people's minds.
When she risked her own life to save Liara and got injured. Or when she stopped Udina, a human, to save an Asari council member. At the end, I wanted to learn more about the character and kept my line of romancing her, and it ended like this. So while you can love her or hate her, the important thing to learn from this is how Mass Effect shapes itself to create a unique experience for you, your gameplay, and build on that smart character development. After all, some of those important moments in Ashley's arc would not be exactly the same if I played differently or not be the goody-goody two-shoes extreme paragon shaper that I was. So to sum up, those smart and well-detailed characters and super complex choice structure, along with a massive original universe of different races to explore, I'm happy to say that Mass Effect Trilogy is without a doubt a masterpiece, walking among giants as Red Dead Redemption 2 and Witcher 3. While if you play only one of these games and not the entire trilogy, you won't be able to enjoy from all those complex ongoing developments, it's okay, since once you play it, you won't be able to stop and you will surely keep going through this amazing trilogy. So there you have it, my Mass Effect review. If you agree or disagree, I welcome you to the wonderful area of the comment section to talk about it. Thank you very much for watching.
I wouldn't have missed any of it for the world. It's been a damn good ride.